I spent a lot of time kind of calming and regulating my nervous system.
In some ways, 26-year-old Caroline Cray Quinn's morning looks like many of ours. A little yoga, a quiet breath, a morning work meeting check-in. But that's where the resemblance ends.
Kind of tastes like pool water. I take it every time before I eat, but my prescription only calls for 3 times a day.
Because for Caroline, the routine isn't just about starting the day.
These are antihistamines, mast cell stabilizers.
It's about surviving it. Every stretch, every breath, every meal is part of a delicate truce. Amid a battle to keep her body from waging war against itself.
It felt like the minute I left home, everything just went to hell.
Caroline says her journey began when she was just a young child.
I was born totally happy, healthy, and then when I was 2 years old, I had an anaphylactic allergic reaction to crackers. They had traces of nuts in them. My parents said I blew up like a balloon. My face was purple. I was immediately losing oxygen.
But she would go on to navigate food allergies well.
By the time I was in elementary school, I was eating very normally, except for peanuts, nuts, sesame, mustard.
She led a normal life, studying at Holy Cross in Worcester, until one visit to an ice cream truck her freshman year triggered a rapid and unexpected decline in her health.
I went into anaphylaxis, and essentially it flipped my immune system into a continuous state of anaphylaxis.
And it wasn't just food. Before long, even the simplest parts of her daily life started to trigger severe reactions.
At the time, I was a D1 athlete on the rowing team, so I was working out a lot, and I was experiencing a lot of throat tightness, throat swelling whenever I would exercise.
Caroline moved back home in large part, she says, so her roommates wouldn't have to experience the terrifying episodes she endured.
My oxygen levels were lower than they should have been. I was losing weight rapidly. I was just exhausted all the time.
It was during a visit to Brigham and Women's Hospital 8 years ago that a doctor finally diagnosed her condition.
She essentially, heard 5 minutes of my story, and she was like, I do believe you have mast cell activation.
According to the American Academy of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology, mast cell activation syndrome occurs when mast cells mistakenly signal the immune system to attack as if the body were under threat. In the most extreme cases like Caroline's, it can lead to life-threatening anaphylaxis. Caroline returned to college, now commuting. She says it was during her sophomore year that everything changed. While on vacation, just 2 bites of lettuce were enough to send her body into a full-blown immune response.
My body was just in a state of crisis. My heart rate was down in the 30s. I was experiencing so many anaphylactic symptoms. All I was able to tolerate was oats.
Well, most of us open the fridge without a second thought. Her choices end at 2: organic oats and hypoallergenic formula that keeps her alive. Her doctor recommended the diet, the only other choice, a feeding tube. It's not about what she wants to eat, but what her body will let her eat. 2 foods for every meal, every single day. She admits there were years when her condition felt isolating, overwhelming.
Just feeling like I was at war with my body, to feel like it's your enemy, puts you into a state of depression that feels unescapable.
In the spring of 2024, a single post on her phone would change her course, revealing a new and unexpected purpose.
I just whipped out my oats and formula and I said, hey, this is what I've been eating for 6 years, and I have this thing called mast cell activation syndrome, and I just wanted to share. And it just immediately blew up, and people had so many questions. Like, I think there was like 1,000 comments and 1 million likes within like a day or so. I always felt like I was the sickest person in my life. I always felt like I was the biggest kind of liability, just being at risk for anaphylaxis all the time. And then to immediately have all these people pop up on my phone saying, hey, I'm going through something super similar. was like really empowering.
She found one of those truths in life that we often stumble on during times of challenge. The realization that sharing your story isn't only about finding your own strength. It's about reminding others that they're not alone.
What do my mast cells just react to?
She shares glimpses of her life online, showing how she manages and adapts to her limited diet.
Let's try to make oat cookies with formula frosting. Let's make oat waffles with formula syrup.
And the hurdles she continues to overcome. From dining out,
Step 1, pretend to read the menu.
even going inside her boyfriend's apartment is off limits. And how a simple walk can mean risking her health.
No, that would have been hives immediately. I'm deathly allergic to dogs.
But more importantly, she posts about what she is doing, how she is living with grace and joy.
So this is Hippo.
She isn't able to fly. Risking exposure to airborne allergens is simply too dangerous. So instead, she bought a van and is building it out for adventure.
So we have electric from the solar.
Through her resilience, she's built a vibrant online community with over 250,000 following her journey on TikTok and Instagram, a place of explanation and inspiration for others to live life to the fullest.
It took me years to get to a mindset where I live for the silver linings.
And Caroline did graduate from Holy Cross. Congratulations. She is also now working full-time remotely, as you might imagine, in the healthcare field.
Yeah, and her formula, EleCare, gives her all the nutrients she really needs, broken into simple amino acids her body can handle. Now, the same ingredients in whole protein form could trigger a severe reaction. She's also very sensitive to airborne allergens, and she avoids going to friends' homes knowing that even pet exposure could put her at risk.
Wow, what a tough way to live.